Hello everyone, we are into the second part, the Black Aeroplane of this chapter, the two stories about flying. And today we will be talking about the second chapter, the Black Aeroplane, and we will briefly discuss about the other aspects of the story that is there. So the first thing first, the author, Frederick Forsyth, is the author or the writer of this story. He was born on 25th August 1938. He was an English novelist, journalist, former spy, and occasional political commentator. He is best known for thrillers such as The Day of the Jackal, The Odisha File, The Fourth Protocol, The Dogs of War, The Devil's Alternative, The Fist of God, Icon, The Veteran, Avenger, The Afghan, The Cobra, and The Kill List. So these are some of his great work, and he was popularly known in the late 20th century in fact. Forsyth's works frequently appeared on bestsellers list, and more than a dozen of his titles have been adapted to film. So it was not only restricted to one part, it also could make some space in the world of movies. By 2006, he had sold more than 70 million books in more than 30 languages. So Frederick was a popular writer, and his books were well known by readers. The theme of the story, the Black Aeroplane, shifts between miracle and mystery. The author describes how a young pilot, while flying an airplane, has a narrow escape from the death with the help of a mysterious black aeroplane. You will come to know how one's judgment gets distorted due to fantasizing and how it creates problem. The story teaches us that having the courage to face tough situations help us to overcome complex situations in our life. So you see, we have to prepare ourselves for almost everything that comes our way. Introduction of the story, the Black Aeroplane is a mysterious story. The writer was flying his Dakota aeroplane. Suddenly he was caught in a big cloud. His compass, radio, and other instruments failed to work. There was not much fuel in the plane. Suddenly he saw a black aeroplane near him. The pilot of the black aeroplane guided the writer, and he was able to land his plane safely. But he was greatly surprised when the woman at the control center told him that there had been no other plane except the writer's Dakota in the sky that night. Now summary of the story. The Black Aeroplane is a mysterious story written by Frederick Forsyth that revolves around a pilot who was flying at night in his old Dakota DS-088 aeroplane from France to England. Number 1, he was going from France to England, and the number of his plane DS-088, remember. He dreamt of his holiday and looked forward to meet his family. Along with that, he also thought about having a good big English breakfast. Soon, Paris was left behind, but there were dark clouds in front of him, warning the upcoming storm. Though he thought that he ought to go back to Paris, as it would be unsafe and dangerous for him to fly in this weather, he decided to take a risk and flew his Dakota straight into the storm. Now everything was dark. All the instruments like his compass, radio became completely dead. When he was on his verge of giving up all his hopes, he saw another plane whose pilot was waving at him in order to instruct him to follow. So all of a sudden he finds another plane just beside him. He could also see the face of that pilot on the other plane. Half an hour passed and the strange black aeroplane was still ahead of him, guiding him through the storm. And now the pilot began to worry as the fuel was almost finishing. Suddenly, he came out of the clouds and saw lights on the runway in front of him and felt happy and lucky to be rescued. When he turned back to look for the airplane or man who helped him through his storm, he could not see anyone, and so he decided to go to the control center to find the person and thank personally. But to his utmost shock, he was thrilled to know from the woman there that there was no other aeroplane flying that night, and it was only his aeroplane that the woman could see on the radar. This left him confused, and he was left with many unanswered questions in his mind about who helped him to arrive there safely without a compass or a radio and without any more fuel in his tank. Who was the pilot on the strange black aeroplane flying in the storm without lights? Yes, this black aeroplane did not have lights. Generally at night, the lights in the wings, they switch on the light or the lights are on. But in this case, these lights were also not on. Now we come across the main points of the story, and the main points are being given in points. So I expect all of you to read it yourself. This I am not going to read out for you. So as the lines are coming, read it out so that you have a better idea of the reading that we are going to have next.